Welcome to Subject Simplified. Today, we are diving deep into fitness testing. We're going to break down everything you need to know to absolutely smash that assignment. The Beeb test, the official soundtrack of PE lessons everywhere, right? Look, whether you absolutely loved the challenge or, faked an injury to get out of it, it's actually the perfect way for us to get started today.
So yeah, our mission today is to cut through all the confusing jargon. We're going to give you a super clear framework for your coursework, look at the different kinds of fitness, the tests that measure them, and, most importantly, how to analyze it all. Let's do it.
Okay, first things first. We got to understand the two big categories of fitness, and honestly, this car analogy is perfect. Think of physical fitness as the raw horsepower of the engine, and skill-related fitness, that's how well the driver can actually handle all that power. A Formula One car is totally useless without a skilled driver, right? And the best driver in the world isn't going to win in a beat-up old hatchback. You need both to win.
So, let's start where it all begins, in the engine room. We're popping the hood to take a look at the tests that measure that raw, physical fitness.
Physical fitness components are pretty much the building blocks. They're the essential qualities an athlete has before they even start thinking about technique. We're talking about stuff like flexibility, pure strength, and endurance, the basics.
First up, flexibility. It's really all about the range of motion you have in your joints. These are just some of the classic ways we measure it. Let's zoom in on one I guarantee you've seen before. The sit and reach test. Yep, that one. It's a staple in fitness testing for a really good reason. It's a super simple but really effective way to see how flexible your hamstrings and lower back are. And this is exactly why it matters. For a gymnast, that range of motion is everything. Same goes for a hurdler who needs to get that leg way up and over. For, sleeping, not so much. But in sport, flexibility can literally be the difference between winning and getting injured.
Okay, let's talk about strength. And this isn't about how long you can go for. This is about pure maximal force. How much can you possibly lift or push in one single go? These tests are designed to find that absolute limit.
Now, the Grip Dynamometer, this is a great example of a really specific test. It's not measuring your whole body, it's just isolating the strength of your grip. And you'd be amazed how important that one little measurement can be.
I mean, think about a judo player desperately trying to keep a grip on their opponent, or a rock climber whose life literally depends on how hard they can hold on. For them, it's a vital component of their sport. And yeah, probably a good idea to avoid shaking their hand. It'll be like a vice.
And there it is again, our old friend, the Beeb test. This entire category is basically about how good your body's cooling system is, your cardio fitness. How efficiently can your heart and lungs pump oxygen to your muscles when you're working hard over a long time?
Okay, now this is a really important point for your assignment, so listen up. You have the VO2 max test. It's the gold standard, done in a lab with fancy equipment, super accurate. Then you have the Cooper test, done on a running track with just a stopwatch. It's not as precise, but it's way more practical. Analyzing this trade-off, that precision versus practicality, is exactly what your tutors are looking for. Which one would you use for a school football team versus an Olympic cyclist? Thinking about that is how you get the top marks.
Next up, we've got muscular endurance. Now, this is different from aerobic endurance. Here, we're looking at how long a specific muscle group can keep contracting over and over again.
The dreaded wall set. It looks so easy, doesn't it? But if you've done one, you know the burn. It's an isometric test, which just means the muscle is working without actually moving, and it is an absolutely brutal way to test the endurance in your quad muscles.
So why would anyone do this? Well, imagine a downhill skier holding that low tuck position for a solid 2 minutes, or a cyclist on the Tour de France grinding up a huge mountain. That is muscular endurance. And yes, the leg shaking is totally normal. It just means it's working. Okay, engine check is complete. Now it's time to talk about the driver. Part 2 is all about skill-related fitness. The handling, the control, the finesse. So what's the difference, really? Well, skill-related fitness is all about applying that physical base. It's having the agility to actually use your speed, the balance to properly apply your strength, and the coordination to make it all flow together. So let's do a quick fire tour of the athlete's skill toolkit. We'll touch on some of the most important tests you'll need to know about, covering everything from how shifty you are on your feet to how fast you can react. First up, agility. A classic test for this is the Illinois Agility Run. This is not about just running fast in a straight line. It measures your handling, How quickly can you slam on the brakes, change direction, and then accelerate again, all without losing control? This is the bread and butter for so many sports. Just picture a footballer weaving through a packed defense, or a basketball player changing direction on a fast break. That's not just speed, my friends. That is agility. Next, let's talk power. And power is really just a combination of strength and speed. The vertical jump test is the perfect way to measure this explosive ability. It's not just about how strong your engine is, it's about how fast you can put that power into the ground.
And really, this is what it's all for. When you combine all these things, the powerful engine and the slick handling, you get these incredible dynamic athletes. Fitness testing isn't just about measuring how strong or how fast. It's about figuring out how effectively an athlete can actually perform.
And finally, let's look at reaction time. The ruler drop test is just brilliant in its simplicity. Can you catch a falling ruler? The distance it falls before you grab it is a direct measure of how quickly your brain can see something, process it, and send a signal to your hand to move.
In some sports, reaction time is literally everything. Think about a 100-meter sprinter exploding out of the blocks, or a goalkeeper trying to save a penalty kick. A tiny fraction of a second can be the difference between a gold medal and nothing, or a goal and a save.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. We've checked out the engine, we've looked at the handling. Now let's pull it all together and really focus on what this means for your BTEC assignment.
All right, consider this slide your ultimate cheat sheet. For physical fitness, you've got things like the Cooper test, which measures the massive aerobic engine of a marathon runner, and the 1-rep max bench press, which measures the pure, raw strength of a powerlifter. Then on the skills side, you've got the Illinois Agility Run, measuring the evasive handling of a rugby player, and the ruler drop test for the lightning-fast reactions of an F1 driver. The key point for your assignment is this: you have to match the right test to the specific demands of the sport. So I'll leave you with a question to mull over. What single test do you think is the most important for an elite athlete in your favorite sport? Is it raw power for a shot putter? Is it agility for a tennis player? Or endurance for a swimmer? Being able to justify that choice, well, that's what sports science is all about.
And that's a wrap on our breakdown of fitness testing. I really hope this has helped you get a solid handle on the key concepts for your coursework. If it did, do us a favor and hit that like button, and subscribe to Subjects Simplified for more. We'll see you in the next one.